I would have been interested to see how many people would have actually picked the Australian accent, because I've lived in the States for such a long time. People get it a little muddled up. But thank you, first of all, for being here today and participating in the event. Microsoft really thanks you all for your partnership in all of the different things that we've accomplished over the years, and especially in the last year. The team really thought the great thing to talk about today would be around the Office launch, and that's why I'm here. I'm actually in the Office engineering team, or the product marketing team, and we launched our Office consumer business about 3 weeks ago, and we're going to launch next week our SMB offerings as well. So we thought this was a great chance for you to see what we're launching in the next few weeks, as well as understand a little bit about some of the changes we're making. We're going to cut to video. I have a message from our CEO, Steve Ballmer, and if the audio guys can play it, that would be great. In terms of what we wanted to cover off today, is I just wanted to sort of summarize a little bit about what we're doing with launch, and I also wanted to give a demo as well. About 3 weeks ago, we launched our consumer availability in about 160 different markets. So a lot of the markets that you represent here today are probably now reselling the new Office. We've been very, very pleased with the results so far. We've made a lot of innovation in this release, and we're excited to take it to market, and it's been great to see the customer reaction that we've had so far. This is a shot from the launch event that we did in Bryant Park, where I got to participate with a number of different media outlets, and the feedback was really, really, really positive. I met Pat a little bit earlier today. I should have put his quote in here, but I didn't get a chance to include it. But if you have a look at the feedback from the Wall Street Journal, I'll just read this one out. It was Office 365 feels grown up and ready for the fast pace of the web. It's custom made for people who use many devices, including desktop PCs, laptops, tablets, and smartphones. So it was great to see that there was a positive reaction of the investments we've made in the cloud, as well as how we're thinking about Office across multiple different devices. There were 5 primary investment areas that we made with the new release of Office, and I'm going to show you a demo just shortly on what that actually looked like when we brought it to life. So when we think about devices, we really wanted to make sure that the Office experience was optimized for touch. And that's just not being able to use your finger, but also being able to use a mouse, a keyboard, as well as your finger, and being able to use it across multiple devices. We also made a big bet on making sure that it was automatically and integrated into the cloud. I know that a lot of us don't want to be tethered to one particular device for our documents. We want to be able to have them roam with us. And I know with the investments we've made with SkyDrive, which I'll show you shortly, we've made it more seamless for people to have their documents be accessed from anywhere and be able to do a lot more sort of authoring on the go. And even today, I no longer have any documents saved to my local PC. Everything's automatically saved up to SkyDrive so that I can get them from my phone, from my PC, or from my tablet. We also recognized in the social area that people wanted to be able to do a lot more connecting with people from within Office itself. If you look at the new Outlook, we have built in an easy way for customers to be able to communicate with each other, whether that being able to make a Skype call within Outlook, either using Link, or even just being able to do a quick IM, all within the Office-rich experience. So being able to communicate with people on their terms when you need them is a really important part of the investment area. We also have new scenarios. So as we think about new scenarios like note-taking, as well as e-reading, we wanted to make sure that they were best in class and best in breed. So we've invested in a number of new consumer news scenarios, and this is something we'll continue to look at in the future as well. And then finally, simplified IT, making sure that it's much easier for our technology departments, particularly on the enterprise and SMB side, to be able to implement technologies and be able to have Office running no matter what version side by side. So we have much more easier ways of installing and managing Office than we've ever done before. To think you can start an Office experience within 30 seconds from the moment you actually start the install to the completed time, it's just a lot easier for people to get access to the software. So they were the 5 different scenarios that we looked at. And what I'll do, we'll grab the camera guy to come over here. We're going to try to do a demo, and we're going to show it up on the screen here. Now I'm just going to sign in. All right. So what I have here, I actually have a new Lenovo ThinkPad, and we're going to be able to hopefully see the screen up here. If we can take over both of the screens with the image, we're going to work with that. And this is, I'm actually going to take you through some of my favorite features in Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, but we've made advancements in all of them as well. Great. Now we might have you move a little bit further head on, and we'll do the framing. Do you want to, okay, so we'll work with that? Okay. Let's start with Word to begin with. So the first thing you'll notice with Word is that we're now actually starting with the start screen. It's probably not super clear there, but you can see here over on the right-hand side all of my most recently used documents, as well as it's providing me with a number of different templates. When we looked at people and how they use words, 2/3 of people actually opened up a document. So rather than starting at a blank screen, we wanted to present them with more options. The other thing that we've done over here, and it's hard to see up here on the right-hand side, but I've signed in with my own identity. When you first set up Office for the very first time, it will ask you for your Microsoft account. Once you've done that, every single version of all the different applications are automatically saved into SkyDrive, and that's what I was talking about before. All my documents are now included into SkyDrive. I no longer have to use it as a different way of having my documents on board. So I'm going to open up a document here, which is one that we've sort of created already. One of the benefits of signing into Office as a service is it remembers where I last left off. So if you notice here on the right-hand side, it's called the toast. And what it's telling me here is it's asking me to go back to where I last left off. So it's great for people in remembering Office as a service and being able to use it all the way through. Now this is the document experience that I have available to me, and you can just see here that this is a much better e-reading experience than what we've had in the past. If I want to sort of enlarge in a particular image, I just simply double-click, and you'll see that it becomes much larger for me, so it's easier to read. Or even in this table here, you can see that that sort of becomes a much better experience as well. What we've also been able to do is introduce threaded comments. So you can see where we've actually made a comment on a particular part of the document, and two different people have exchanged their notes going back and forth with regards to what it looks like. So that's just a little bit of an overview of Word, and I will also do one other thing with Word is there's a new feature that's called PDF reflow. This is a PDF file that I've opened up here about the Euro 2012 Cup. And this is just an old sort of a PDF file that actually doesn't allow me to do much editing at all. If I go back and go back into the Word application, if I open up in other documents, I can now actually open up that PDF into Word and be able to make edits to that document just like if I was opening up any other type of document. So now I can change the dates and I can change the time depending on what I wanted to do. A lot of people have a lot of great feedback about this feature because if you're used to using PDFs for tables, price lists, you can now automatically import it into Excel, Word, whatever your application of choice is, and it makes it a lot easier to do. What's that? It's ready. Thank you. The video's ready, which is fine. Thanks so much. So we'll come out of here, but the PDF reflow is a great way of doing that. I'm actually going to skip Excel because you can't actually see it, and we'll just go straight into PowerPoint. PowerPoint PowerPoint is a great tool for doing presentations, and you'll notice here that this is a particular slides that I've already have presented as part of my presentation I wanted to put together. You can see here this is very similar to how we've done PowerPoint in the past, where it allows you to see all of your different presentations, your actual slides, but it also has some of your notes as well. What we've been able to invest a little bit more in the next release of Office is this presentation view. And this is what I would be able to see in front of me if I was presenting to you when I had the full screens behind. What you'll see here on the left-hand side, if we could just go back to the screen, please. You'll just see here over on the left-hand side is sorry, the camera, thank you. You'll actually see the slide that I'm presenting. It includes the slide that's coming up next, as well as the notes that are relevant to that. If I wanted to, I can simply use a laser pointer within here, and it allows me to point to different parts of it in my presentation. And then you can also see I've got a pen feature in here to make annotations. So with the touch-enabled experience with Windows, along with Office, you get to see and be able to control your video and your presentation a lot more. And this new presentation mode is getting great reviews, both by our small business customers and our enterprise customers as well. So that's the end of the demonstration. It's probably a great chance now for Steve B to give his thoughts on new scenarios. So we'll cut to the video. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Hi, I'm Steve Ballmer. This is Office 365. There's a lot going on, both at work and at home. To keep it all together, I take a lot of notes. I take notes however I want, with a keyboard, a pen, or even my hand. Notes on things I want to cover at meetings. And notes on things that have nothing to do with Microsoft. I take notes on really big devices, and I take notes on really small devices, and really any device in between, because Office 365 is the cloud service that works across all the devices in my life. My documents are available and in sync wherever I go, and whether I'm online or offline. I can share ideas with anybody easily, and I can keep in touch with them and see what they've been up to, because Office 365 is also social, at work, and beyond. This is a major leap forward. This is my complete Office in the cloud. Go and get one for yourself.
I've had plenty of opportunities to meet with Steve, and he's actually paperless now. If you walk into his office and take any paper with you, it is not the place you want to be. He uses OneNote, pretty much, OneNote and his Outlook pretty much all the time. Even if I'm presenting slides to him, he wants them actually imported into OneNote so that he can take notes. So at Microsoft, we're really sort of embracing a lot of these new scenarios and how we work as well. And he's a very big advocate for OneNote and the note-taking features that actually go with that. You might have seen the branding here that we've made a little bit of a change. When you think about the new Office, there's probably an umbrella approach that we have to how we think about the new releases. First of all, we always will have the perpetual product. That's what's on the right-hand column there. It's under the Office product area. And the suites that we've just released are under Office 2013. This is the things like Home and Student, Home and Business. They're basically ability to have a single copy on a PC that doesn't ever get updated. It's sort of a way the customers just want to buy it for that particular device. But what we're excited about and we're investing a lot more in are these cloud services. What I showed to you today about sort of seeing these documents go across different devices, being able to sign into Office is all brought to you under the brand of Office 365. This is a new brand for us. This is something we're investing a lot in from an advertising point of view. And the core component of Office 365 is that it's always up to date. No longer are the days where we're doing product and software refreshes every 3 years. We're going to have a much more frequent cadence. And we know end users and customers and our business customers will want to receive those updates as they become available based on their terms. So it's always up to date, and that's sort of the big brand that we'll be pushing in the future. The hero service that we're introducing for consumers, so if you're in retail or distribution, is this product here called Office 365 Home Premium. I wanted to kind of tell you a little bit about what's in this product, and this is kind of a quick elevator pitch, as you will. So the first thing with Home Premium that you can buy in retail and through any reseller is it includes all the Office applications, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access, Publisher, Outlook, OneNote, all of them are included in this suite. 365, this is not how we made up the name, but you can think about it this way, is that we include SkyDrive additional storage. So free, you get about 20 gigabytes of storage. You actually get an extra, so you get 5 free. This will allow you to get up to 27 gigabytes for free. So there's additional storage value here for your documents, for your photos, for any of your personal content. We're also including Skype minutes in this offering as well. The best scenario here is if I need to call my mum now that I'm here in Monte Carlo, she's in Australia. If I want to actually use Skype, I can call her home phone number or her mobile phone number if she's not at her PC. And we include 60 minutes of Skype every month into this particular offering. So it's great for international folks using this service. And then this is probably the biggest differentiation we've had to date, and what the great feedback we've had from customers is that with Home Premium, you can get it onto up to 5 PC and Macs. And that's including for sort of the home or what we call the household. So if you can imagine, I'm a mum and we've got a family with 2 kids, I can basically cover my kids' PCs, my husband's Mac, believe it or not, he uses a Mac. That's his choice, I guess, but he does use Office for Mac, which is a great thing. And then I can also cover the household PC as well. So it includes the 5 PCs and Macs are included in the 1-year subscription for the whole household. And then finally, it's that notion that I mentioned before, it's always up to date. So you're constantly getting new services that we bring out, as well as something that is new within both the client as well as the services. Now, what I have here is I have a little card. I don't know if the cameraman can point on the card. We've actually organized for every single participant at the conference. I know this wasn't planned, but I thought I would do it anyway. So every single participant will receive a free copy of Office 365 Home Premium. It's valued at €99. You'll all be getting it in your, I guess, hotel rooms. They're dropping them off overnight so that you can either use this yourself or give it to friends and family to start realizing the benefits of Office 365. So that's the card that you're going to receive, and hopefully it's a great thing for you to use. Thank you. It's selling particularly well. As I said, we launched it about 3 weeks ago. We've been very excited by the response we received from customers on this. It does require you to pay every year. We weren't too sure what customers were going to say about that, but we've been pleasantly surprised about the value proposition and the value that people are getting with the actual Office 365 Home Premium. Over the next coming weeks, or this week and next week, we're actually releasing all of our offerings across small business, consumer, as well as for enterprise and government. I will call out the university SKU. If you have qualified, and any of you who focus on the education space, if you have a university live ID or you have an education account, you can actually get this pretty much the same offering for 4 years for $79. It's actually only on 2 PCs or 2 devices, PC or Mac, but it's a great value for students that can basically use this for 4 years of their college education. The other offering that we'll have available next week is the Office 365 Small Business Premium. And we'll also have Office 365 mid-sized business as well as education and government. And these range from anywhere from $5 a month per user for the household up to, in the case of enterprise, up to $20 a month, which is our premium SKU. All of the business offerings are back-ended based on our server technology. So if you take the small business offering as an example, that includes email hosted by Exchange. It includes video conferencing provided by Link, and it also includes cloud storage provided by SkyDrive Pro. So we're very excited not just to provide Office in these scenarios, but also all of the different offerings as well. And then at the bottom there are sort of our traditional ways of buying. We still want to give customers the choice. So if they don't want to purchase a subscription, they can still buy what we call our perpetual SKUs today, and you can see the pricing underneath there. So as we think about our partner model, and this is where we're all in with our partners, this has been the first time we have been able to offer new SKUs around services that are also great for our partners as well. So the first thing we're doing is we're making sure that our offers are very targeted. That's why we've called this particular offering Home Premium. It's really targeting the household. We have an offering for small business and mid-market that we think is priced right for those customers as well. And these are the things that are new for our marketplace, and we know whenever we introduce new offerings, it's great for our resellers as well as for our partner distributors as well. Office as a service will continue to be something that we'll invest more in. As we mentioned before, we're going to be releasing much more frequently in our updates and making sure that people can always get the latest and the greatest features. We also want to make sure that people are saving and integrating much more into the cloud when they use Office so that the documents can roam with them at any time. We're going to continue to use the OEM and FBP supply channels as an easy way for you to resell. We don't want to create a new supply chain model because it just creates more operational headaches for all of us. So we wanted to make sure that we were using our existing processes to make sure that we could enable the resell of a lot of these solutions. We're also creating, a few people have asked me how many countries have we gone medialess in. We've removed pretty much media from all of our developed markets, and pretty much inside of all of the packaging now is a simple key. There are a few countries where we'll continue to have media, but we can see over time that we no longer need to do that. And we also know that if a customer buys the first year, they will come back to the channel to buy the third year, the fourth year, and the fifth year. And we've made sure that the card allows you to either top up in years or top up in users as well, allowing the channel to continue to have ongoing revenue opportunity. And then finally, we want to continue to make sure that we invest in this. You'll see a lot more advertising. We're going into 22 markets starting next week in trying to change the perception and increase awareness for Office 365 as a cloud service. And we're also making sure that we can continue to reinvent and look at the brand a little differently. And you would have seen there, we've got a new logo. We have a slightly new orange, if anyone ever had sort of worked out the finer details. But we're really thinking through what it's like to be in retail, how are we training up our RSP and distributors, and continuing to make big investments in Office 365 because that's our future. So this was the last part of the presentation. If you have any questions, the Microsoft team is here all through the week. Again, thank you very much for your partnership, and we look forward to another successful year in 2013. Thank you very much.